What's up guys, welcome back to another how to play at a high level video. Today we're going to be doing Overpass, and before we get into the video, I just want to say the map that I am using is refrag.gg. I will link some codes down below so you can get a free trial for a couple days and try it out. I also wanted to let you know that I will be getting some sponsors on these videos. I am a full-time college student, so these sponsors are what's going to allow me to keep on pumping out this content like I have been. But with that being said, let's teach you some Overpass. By the end of this video, you're going to understand why CT setups are so important, why this map sucks in pugs, and how to use connector and short control to win more games. Now first I'm going to start out by going over everyone's job on the CT side. You usually have one opper towards A, one rifler towards A guy who's usually a B rotator who's smoking deep monster every round, a short player, and a barrel player. Now over towards A for the opper's role, a lot of the angles over towards A are very long range, so he's just going to be trying to post up and pick off the T's if they overstep. That's why you'll see a lot of oppers post on close angles like this, or go over towards long, for instance. They'll come over here and they'll just control this long area of the map. Because again, one shot gun, think of percentages. If the T's make a little mistake and let's say they go long, oh, I forgot to flash this round, oh, we don't have an op this round, free kill for the opper, and a 5v4 situation. And this map is generally pretty op pick heavy. There's a lot of places you can go for picks. You can go for a pick in con, you can go for a pick towards mid. Again, like I said, you can go towards long, and you have generally high percent chances of getting these kills in these situations. And also, if you bring the op towards B, you can get an over monster flash from your teammate. And what a flash will look like for a monster pick is one of the B players will come over here. He'll stand on this little corner, aim at the bottom of this window, and at the same time as hitting W, you hit your jump throw key. And the way this flash will pop is anyone over here towards monster holding this will just get absolutely owned by this flash, which then allows your opper to go ahead and pick towards these deeper angles.
Hey, that guy didn't like and sub. He didn't like and sub. Look at him. He didn't like and sub. That guy, he didn't like and sub.
You can also pick towards short. Let's say the T's aren't throwing a short Molotov, or it's just bad, or late round you want to re-aggress into short with a teammate. The opper can just come over here, and these, again, are pretty good fights for the opper. It's very easy to get away in these situations. Let's say someone peeks you, you run away, and already you're pretty much on site. Next is the A rifler role. Now, the A rifler role is generally going to be the highest stat player on your team on Overpass because there are so many different areas of the map that he has to control, which makes it very unpredictable for the T's to figure out where he is. The T's have to exhaust a decent amount of util to, one, not only get rid of the opper angles that they have to deal with throughout the entire round, but also they have to clear out this A rifler. And this A rifler is almost always going to be playing, if he's playing forward, to try and get 2 kills. If you get 2 kills on this map, let's say you go 2 for 1, now you're in a 4v3 situation on CT side. Playing this big of a map with 3 Ts is extremely hard. So that's why you'll see a lot of A riflers play pretty aggressive, try and get 2 kills, and just be generally unpredictable and try and multi-frag in these rounds. A good way of being unpredictable is, let's say my opper is over towards mid, he just takes a shot, right? Now I'm going to go down towards con. Let's say I molly off con early, I throw something like this, my opper takes the shot, they can't be up mid yet, the Ts cannot be up mid yet. So as a rifler, I'll go over towards long, and I'll be over here. Now look at the places that we've pressured in this round. My opper has shot over towards mid. I've gone over towards con and mollied con. Now the T's are probably like, if there's generally only 2 A players, long might be a gap here. This is how you'll be able to catch the T's off guard, and this is how this A player multi-frags. Let's say the opper rotates back towards site. This rifler stays in towards long bath. He can call for a flash over long, and then when the T's are coming up long, these are pretty free fights. There's not a ton of cover in long, and yeah, there's a decent percent chance that he'll at least get 1 kill and then be able to run away. An extremely powerful setup on the CT side is if you have an opper over towards long bath, just controlling opping this angle, you've cut off every avenue the T's have over towards A site, and this angle is extremely high percentage. At face value, it looks kind of bad. You're on a left eye angle, they're on a right eye angle. If they peek you, you should be dying here. But think of the shadow advantage on this map. The shadows are pushing over towards this way. So if a guy goes to peek you right here, you're going to see his shadow before he peeks you. Again, the chance you multi-frag on this angle is pretty high. And let's think of it from a T-side's perspective on this map. What a default will normally look like is 3 players working over towards A because it is such a big area of the map. Maybe 1 lurker over towards B, 1 T is going to be dealing with con. And there's only 2 A players, there's a guy con, there's 3 towards A. There's a lot of numbers coming over towards you as the A player. So this is why setups are so important, is you need to be aware of what gaps you're leaving. If you're going to be 2 players fighting 4 other players, you're going to need very strong setups to be able to hold this map control, or you're going to need to call the B rotate over and play for you. And let's use the same concept from before where you're throwing pressure on every side of the map and you're going to stack towards the side where they don't think you're going to be. If you bring a rotator over towards you, let's say my opper shoots towards mid again, I go over towards con, but behind this molly, I swing and I fight. If I get this kill, awesome, I get a free kill. If I die, now the T's will be like, oh shoot, if there's normally 2 towards A, let's speed up towards A. So they're going to run into the op, and not only are they going to run into the op, they're also going to run into the other player who's here. So let's say you peek alone, you make a really stupid peek, right? Which at face value, this is a stupid peek. You get the kill, awesome. You don't get the kill, whatever. You could have a second guy in con. This con guy could try and take more control. If your teammate didn't peek with you initially, then this team might be thinking, oh, if they didn't swing together, con might be clear. Maybe he just didn't have a teammate with him. And you can do this on different scenarios of the map. You can be throwing pressure over towards long with a guy hiding in con. This will be like your B rotate. You could have a double setup towards mid where one rifle pushes mid, you have your op over here, and you can have your B rotate over towards con, and this is what will catch the T's off guard when they think, oh, we got the kill, we should have the numbers here, and then they run into another rifler. This allows the B rifler to maybe get a multi-frag, get away with getting out into short, right? Because as this is going on, the two B players could be taking short, they should be playing retake, they could be doing a lot of different things at B, but generally they want to be in short, or they want to be playing retake if they're only 2B. So let's say they take short, you're in connector, you can exit towards short, and boom, now you have a 4v4. And again, on this map, it's so big, if the CTs know generally where the numbers are going to be on T side, it's very easy to stack sites. Another important concept as the A riflers, let's think of 4 Ts going towards one rifler on A. It's still a pretty low % chance that you're going to multi-frag. So you'll see a lot of riflers play over towards site, and they'll just play the B rotate up towards A. If the round is slow enough that the CTs are able to gather enough information that they think the Ts are going towards A, and something you can do as an A rifler is you can sit in this position towards map. And this is an extremely strong position, and I'll show you why. If the Ts start coming up towards long and you have a rotate over here, this guy dumpster can flash for you long, and you can be able to clear long from close. The other thing that you can do is you can throw a self flash for yourself. If you find this little hump right here, you go to the top over towards this crack, and you go ahead and just left click throw the flash normally. Where this flash will pop is essentially right here. I'll show you as a grenade. And what that allows you to do is, because the flash is popping behind the wall here, but it will blind anyone in the open, you can throw this flash and be able to have a pretty decent hold just by yourself. Another thing that you'll see common in pro play is that teams will chain smoke divider if they think that the Ts are going to be trying to hit A and you want to delay them before their execute comes in. And what this will look like is they'll just smoke divider like this. They'll come up and the rifler might get close. He might get here ready for a front bath pop. He might play anti-flash for a divider pop. They could have one guy holding over here towards front bath, maybe the op or something. One guy could be jump spotting bank. And there's a lot of different ways you can play around this divider smoke. Now, if you get up close to this divider smoke, it's not too uncommon. You'll see Ts try to pop through this. So what you can do is you can hold here, and if you get flash, you can just spam. And again, with the A1S, it's 4 bullets for a body shot to be able to kill the T. So this is still a decent % chance that you get this kill here, while also at the same time pressing in front of the T side's execute. They need to be able to clear your divider if they want to go towards A. So this is another way you can disrupt executes on T side, which will allow your rotates more time to get up, have a better sight hold, etc, etc. Now let's say the smoke fades and it's still quiet towards A. Maybe they throw a couple pieces of utility towards B. Now you're all the way up divider. You have a fast flank on connector, and you can clear front path at the same time. Now next we'll be talking about the B rotate player, and what he'll be doing at pretty much the beginning of every round is coming over into this corner, aiming at the tip of this, and jump throwing a deep monster smoke. And the reason why you want to throw a deep monster smoke is because monster rushes are kind of hard to hold on the CT side. So what you can do after you throw that smoke is you come down here and you flash for one of your B teammates. What he could do is he could come up wood wall, and by the time you get there to throw the flash, he can peek monster, he can get these kills. And again, the reason why you want to throw the smoke is so that when he peeks, the Ts are going to be isolated in front of the smoke. So if there's a ton of players over towards monster, half of them are going to be behind the smoke on a monster rush, half of them are going to be in front, and you're cutting the numbers of the T-side rush essentially in half here while they're blind. The short player's job is going to be to molly short and nade con every round. Now a molly for short is you come up to this door, you aim right here, and you just throw like that. And a nade for con is from pretty much the same spot. You aim where this bar connects with that bar, and you throw this. And what this con door nade will do is the short player can come over and he can jump spot into con, and he'll be able to give information to your A players. Hey, con is clear this round. Hey, I saw a couple feet in con. They're in con. And this will just give you a lot of information on what the Ts are doing early into the round. Now, what the barrel player will be doing is he'll generally be dealing with monster control. So he'll come out heaven like this. He'll go ahead and molly monster like that. And again, if you want to flash to peek monster, you can flash for him. He can peek. There's going to be a smoke right here. They're going to be mollied. And this is the best way to stop a monster rush. After that, because he'll generally have a smoke, he can jump spot barrel something like this. You just go against this back wall and hit your head against this back area over here. And this is a pretty safe way of checking to see if any Ts are walking out monster with a low % chance of you dying. Now, once you spot someone, you can decide to either drop a smoke in front of you. If you've been doing this for a while and you haven't seen anyone, you could choose to smoke deep monster again, which will then deter the Ts from going out monster within the next like 17 seconds that the smoke is up. And again, because you're running down the clock, this will be more information for your team on where the Ts are going to go, and this will allow you to stack the correct bomb site. Something I haven't talked about with short, and the reason why I haven't gotten to it yet is because it's pretty common on a T default for them to molly off short, so you can't take it early. So generally when you're going to be taking short, it's going to be later into the round. Now, cues for you to take short is, let's say this guy jump spotted, he didn't see anything in con, you have a con player, the molly, they didn't smoke, and their molly fades, right? So if you molly short at the beginning of the round and they molly you back short, essentially no one can be in short unless they smoke the molly. So you shouldn't really be too worried of anyone being in here unless they tank a molly for like 80 damage. And you can just walk in with 2 people and clear this guy out if he does decide to walk in after the molly. Now, once you get this control, you can smoke in towards short. And this is why connector control is so important, paired with short control. Now the CTs can rotate. If the Ts are heavy towards A, they can go up towards con, and now instead of it being 2 people towards A, it could potentially be 4 players towards A, because you have all of short, you have information that there's no one towards con, and now you have people ready to support the A players if the Ts are heavy towards A. If you are choosing to do this and have 2 people in short, one A rifler towards con or front bath area, and your opper, let's say he fell back towards site or he's opping over towards long, this means that your other B guy, who was the B rotate, should really be playing retake on B. Again, think of percentages. He shouldn't be playing into site, because holding a 1v5 situation on a B pop is not very likely. And all of this is why this map sucks in pugs. I hate playing this map in pugs because this general information to play the map, this is the very base level you need to play this map, and it is so foreign to so many players because you do have to kind of think somewhat deeply about how this map is played, that pretty much no pugs will be structured and almost every single round will be played wrong in some sort of way. And even if you do call correct stuff, let's say you tell your team to take short, let's say you tell your teammate to go in con, let's say you tell your opper to go over towards A, they're still not going to know how to connect the dots to have this be a functional round with the rotates, with the retakes, with everything that entails having a structured overpass, which a structured overpass at a base level is what you really need to be a decent team on overpass. Now for T side, this is why this map is very hard to call, because it's so big. You have to control so many areas of the map to be able to have enough information to make an end round call. And while you're going on about that, your teammates also have to know what their jobs are within those spots. And let's say you're running a 3A default with a B lurk and a con lurk. Let's say your B lurk dies. You are screwed in this round, because now you have no information over towards B. If your B lurk dies, that means the CT's probably got information over towards B that there's only one there. And now you're forced to go A. And by the time you're going to be able to run up A, the CTs will be rotated to stack A. So again, T side is extremely hard on this map, but here are some ways that you can turn it in your favor. I prefer to call defaults where there's usually 1 or 2 people towards con and the Ts are taking short control, for the same reason that connector is so important on this map for rotates between sites. Whoever has con and short has the most control on the round. If you have con and short as a T, you can throw an A fake, and within essentially 2-3 seconds, you can be in short and get ready to set up and execute on B. And for the T side, if you have short and con, your rotates are again 2 to 3 seconds between really important areas of the map. With this in mind, as a caller, con and short are extremely important. Issue you'll run into is to guarantee that you can take con and short control, you're gonna have to dedicate a lot of numbers. Like I said, 2 towards con, 2 towards short. Now you only have 1 player towards A. The A players can push shorts found, they can push party, they can push long, and this will force your solo A player to either play in playground and have a lot of gaps that they can abuse him on, or play extremely, extremely passive, which is pretty ineffective. This is why on Overpass you'll run into a lot of anti-stratting at higher levels, is because each team has different things that they prefer, because on this map certain areas will need to have huge gaps for you to consistently take portions of the map. And another reason why this sucks in pugs is because as coordinated as the CT side needs to be, your T side needs to be even more coordinated. This is part of why I've made this my last video, because I hate this map. And like I say in all my other videos, I'm not going to go into every single micro utility you can throw on this map. There are a lot of pieces of utility you need to know on this map, but if I went into all of them, this video would be an hour long. I'm just here to give you the concepts and theories that will actually allow you to use these pieces of utility to their full effectiveness. And at its core, that's been the whole point of this series, is I really just want to show people who don't understand map theory or have even thought about concepts as far as maps go, how to really level up your game. You're not going to become a crazy better player by learning this smoke or by learning this piece of utility. It will help you, but you need this core fundamental understanding of the game to be able to use those pieces of utility to actually level up your game. But that's going to close it out. Like I said at the beginning, I do offer coaching on my Twitch. And again, I am a full-time college student, so these sponsors is what's going to allow me to be able to pump out these videos like I have been. But that'll be the end of the video. I will continue this series doing more in-depth how to op window on Mirage, how to play cat on Mirage, all of these actual positions on the map, because with general map theory is going to come micro map theory, which is something that we'll get into in later videos. But that'll be it. Thank you guys for watching this series. It has been a blast making these, so don't forget to like and sub, and I'll be pushing out more content soon. Later.